Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is the vehicle overview episode for Battleship Brawl Season 7. We're just getting started. We've been gone for a while. Been some issues with waiting for the alpha to go to stable, and then it just never did, and things happened. And yeah, so it's been a while. Yes, hello cat, who the stream has already treated. Oh, you've got to treat the cat, treat the dog, and feed the fuzzy one. So there's your two, Panther. Here's your two, Allie. Nope. All right. Hydrate. Crap, I don't have anything to drink. Wait, I can drink this. There, add some water. All right, so now that we've got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with A Graceless Dance of Epithets by From 4. We're just going to go alphabetical. Easiest way to do it. Yep, pretty much From. So this is Faram's boat, the Graceless Dance of Epithets. We've got a couple, and it just looks really cool, as Faram's boats always do. Yep, it's going fast, 46 meters per second. It's got some crams here, 8850 packing. Some hefty kinetic and explosive damage. Not super high. Definitely seen higher, but those will definitely hurt. Got a good amount of shell health. That'll help against Sea Whiz, especially with the the barrel suppressors that reduce the speed, but also reduce the range at which the crams can be detected. And it's got these 500mm APS, which are firing either flak or armor piercing. I'm assuming it starts out as flak. It's flak heads, 10k flak damage. And if like no shells are detected, then it'll change to AP. Barrel suppressor suppress barrels, yeah. Oh, they're just flak. Oh, it's this one that's the AP, I'm guessing. Okay, then. Yeah, this one's using the APHE. And we'll take a look. So, total firepower just under 400. Armor cost of 40.5%, so she's a little on the light side armor-wise. Not super light, but, you know, medium armor, I guess. Coming in just under the budget. Yeah, pretty fast at 46 meters per second. Has a decent turn rate. Actually has a pretty good turn rate. Dual rudders. Whole bunch of propellers. Some turning props. Anyway, yeah, that's A Graceless Dance of Epithets by Faram. We're only going to spend like 2-3 minutes per vehicle because we've got 26 of them to get through. And I would like to be done before Christmas. So we've got the Admiral Broadsides by Nutter Chap for our next vehicle. Got a little intro music there. So, Admiral Broadsides is a pretty chunky boat. It's got a belly. Yeah, fat boat. Whoops, wrong button. And we've got these cram cannons here. They're also suppressed. 55k kinetic, 30,000 explosive, 10,000 frag damage. Oh, but they're 23-degree angle frag, so they're gonna drill in. This is a small cram. They don't have identical numbers. This bothers me. That's just me. Try the next turret. Okay. Oh, I'm not on the boat. Where'd you go? There you are. Ah, yes, 111,000 and 75,000. Now that's an APHE cram. I'm assuming, let's see. Yep, that's another one of the big ones. So it's just the lower turrets that are a little small. On the smaller side, I should say. They're not small, but they're, 34 firepower versus 49 firepower. These things have 50% more firepower. So yeah, those are almost 10k packing. Those things will hurt. Oh boy, Admiral Broadsides is kind of slow though at 17 meters per second. The end-on turrets have on-turret armor. Ah, okay. Is she trying to turn? Yeah, kinda. Doesn't turn very fast though. A little bit on the sluggish side. Yeah, pretty much fire tech. Yeah, lots of smoke. Anyway, we'll take a look down here. Got a rudder, some propellers, and that's pretty much it. That's the Admiral Broadsides by Nutterchap. Next will be the luwarian by Seminostro. All right, so this is the luwarian by Seminostro. Got some 500 millimeter low fire rate guns here that fire APHE. It looks like AP frag HE. Okay. You doubt it. Got a bunch of those guns. 12 of them, it looks like. Yep. And then a little Sea-Whiz cannon here. 120 millimeter HE. For the timed fuse. Most likely Sea-Whiz. We've got the split hull front here. Total firepower is only 82.31, but I think that's a bit deceptive. 53.7% armor cost. That's it for We got the 8 turning props on the back, 3 small 3mm propellers, and a boat rudder. Which the simple rudder, I mean, it does something, it just doesn't do as much anymore. What's the speed like? Let's see. Let's get it up to speed. It's quite slow. This is built by Seminostro, Nutterchap. turns decently, but that's because it's so slow. It's only doing 14 meters per second. Is it a burst ship? I don't think it is. I don't think it's a burst ship. Yeah, no, it fires consistent fire rate. Just not a very high one. I'm holding down the fire button right now. Exactly, another chap. Sure. Why are they not firing? There we go. So very, very low fire rate. Right. It's limited. The RPM is set to 1 because of the ammo intake limit, but it can actually fire at 2.5. It probably just has enough ammo to last the whole round. So anyways, yeah, that's the Alarian. I can't say that name. Luwarian by Seminostro. And then the Alpha Wave by Unipu, which I'm sure everybody is interested to see since it got the highest Gatekeeper score. So it's a very, very simple looking boat. Almost didn't let it in on aesthetics. If it didn't have all these like glass trimmings around the edge and these like panels and whatnot, I probably wouldn't have. But it just barely enough. And here's how it got in. What is its speed? Fuck that. Yeah, that's why I kind of backed away. I thought it might have been a little bit loud. Just 29, 30 meters per second. But yeah, at that rate of fire with 3 guns, and they're all 500 millimeter frag. It literally just melted the Gatekeeper. They're burp guns. It's like if you look in here, it's actually just all auto loaders. There's not it's all auto loaders. There's no magazines. No, it does not have very much armor, but the Gatekeeper got to fire about 2 volleys and then it was dead. So the lack of armor didn't really matter. Whoops, I accidentally hit the Windows key here. You don't need armor if you have a wall of shells. Exactly. And then it's got these... I think I clicked... Yeah, I accidentally clicked and did an explosion and detonated this gun. Quite long if it gets to it. Pyrotech, like... These things... if they don't kill you before they run out of shells, then you're probably going to win. Because I don't think they'll reload again. So we'll see how things go on that. It's got these 3 propellers, but yeah, it's got 491 APS firepower. Yeah, exactly, Sean Reed. Trying to live through that many shells is... Because each one of these has 156 shells, and there's 3 of them. Yeah, 450 shells. Yeah, they are quite slow. So if you can dodge them... Yeah, armor cost 25%. Yes, very lightly armored. Very, very lightly armored. But anyway, yeah, that is the Alpha Wave by Unipu. Next we have the Battle Skimmer by Vicnot. Which it didn't teleport me onto the boat, which is annoying. Probably because it doesn't have a seat. And without an enemy, without a seat and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and real quickly throw down a chair, vehicle controller, so I can tell it to go and see how fast it goes. Yeah, this one's not very aesthetic either. If it didn't have the whole tiering thing, I probably would have said no. And this sort of looks like superstructure, even though it's a gun. A chair should be a requirement, right? Geometric modern art. Superstructure. Anyway, we've got these 4,000 packing, 2,000 millimeter cramshells, 4 per turret, 56k kinetic, 14k explosive. It passed because it's more than just a brick with guns. Like, it's very brick-y. It has a very blocky shape, but it's not a brick. Yeah, it's going fast. It's doing 50 meters per second while turning. Oh yeah, and then this gun. 500 millimeters, 7.5 RPM, firing HE. With time to use, it's probably CWIS. And then we've got this thing, which is firing the armor piercing, which is probably APHE. Yep, APHE. Yeah, with a paint job, it would look a lot nicer. That is true. 372 firepower, armor cost 38.4. So very light boat. With some decent firepower. But if you hit it, it's probably not going to enjoy it. One of those hovercraft from the 90s, right? When it comes to aesthetics, what I'm looking for is more an effort. You know, an attempt to make it look more than just a geometric shape. And this has that. And, you know, one of the things that I rejected a few boats on was, like, they were so plain that I couldn't tell the difference between the bow and the stern. Like, I kept getting mixed up on which was the front and the back of the ship. And I'm like, that's not good enough. Very possible, Pyrotech. Yes, you do, Cornholio. We'll get to it soon. Anyway, that was the Battle Skimmer by Vicnot. Then we have the BB-05NH Vega by BRM. Which immediately started moving backwards, but that's fine because it doesn't do that during the actual battle. And again, no chair. Yep, it's a boat. It's got 7,800 packing, 81, almost 82k kinetic with 72k explosive. That's a pretty hefty shell. with a 26-second reload. That's, yeah, that gun'll hurt. No cheer club represent, right? The chairman of that club, yes, exactly. And we've got some, Cram Whiz. Nice little superstructure. More guns. This one's raised, but the actual barrel blocks stop one block before the block of this one. So it's like, it's as close as they can get to clipping without clipping. Oh yeah, I need to put in a vehicle controller so I can check its speed for people, since they seem interested in that. Fairly quick, doing 40 meters per second. And a decent turn rate to boot. Not great, but it'll keep it in the game. And we'll check out the V menu. 583 firepower, our highest firepower yet. And only 30% armor cost. Very light on the armor there. But yeah, I think that's the highest firepower we've seen so far, isn't it? It might be the highest in the tournament. I don't know if anything beats that. Oh, and we got another Treat the Cat. You go, Panther. All right. So that is the Vega by BRM. Now we've got the Beast of Bengal by Harness. True, Suburban White Dad. It does get a good amount of firepower from its Cram Whiz. And here we have the Beast of Bengal by Harness. Which, if it didn't have the superstructure, probably wouldn't have been let in. But the effort is there, so it's allowed. Redundancy has entered the building. Yes, indeed. So these are a departure from most other things. They have very little kinetic damage to them, very low shell health, high explosive damage, and they're actually thump. But the trick of this is these guys here are little 1,000mm distraction crams. That's how, Nutter Chap. It fires these guys out, and that distracted the Sea Whiz, and then these just pounded the Gatekeeper into the dirt. We name it the Donald Trump. Wow. So yeah, all the guns are identical. Remove the decos. I forget how to do that. Donald Thump. I don't remember how to remove the V menu. I'll remove the decorations and mimics. Is that what you mean? Oh yeah, 728 firepower. Yeah, there's the highest. There's the highest we've got. Granted, a lot of that is... Well, no. These don't actually have that much firepower to them. They have 0.08 firepower. So, it's all in these guns. Yeah, doing 20 meters per second, so on the slower side, but not super slow. Good turn radius, though. Yeah, that's the Beast of Bengal by Harness. Does 30 on the straight line? Gotcha. The redundancy is a bit terrifying, indeed. You're not gonna be defanging the Beast of Bengal. And then there's the Russian word by Hugin, which then the boat is called Grzegorz, which I can actually pronounce. But this, I cannot pronounce this. I have no idea. Polish, Russian, whatever. It's got letters I don't know how to pronounce. It's by Hugin, so I assumed it was Russian. Anyway, Grzegorz is the name of the boat, which I can actually say. The word with too many dangly bits added to the letters, right? Yep, the intros keep coming. So yeah, we've got these 450mm guns that fire at 61.3 RPM, almost 80 firepower per gun, and they fire pure HE. And there's 6 of them. And guess what? They're dual-purpose Sea Whiz, too. Oh, I'm firing this... The timing on the fuse is set low by default, I guess. Without a target, they're just detonating right in front of the gun. So it just hammers you with HE while being immune to crams because of all the dual-purpose Sea Whiz firepower that it has. Those of you who only brought crams are going to hate this boat. Yeah, 477.5 firepower, basically. The simple cannon is just from that one AA gun, which doesn't actually work. I just happen to be controlling it. And it has 49% armor cost. So it is, you know, a fairly heavier armored boat with good firepower and pretty much immune to crams. And it does a good 32 meters per second in a straight line. How's it turn? That ain't bad. That's a pretty decent turn rate. How much damage per shell? I want to say it's like 7.8k if I remember right. Let me look. Looked at it earlier, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, 7850. I hope the APS-C was boats annihilate each other. Oh. This is actually the first time I saw this robot. I didn't notice it before. They crashed your game. Oof. Anyway, that's the Grzegorz by Hugin. Next, we've got the Destiny by Cornholio. What has he done? He made a cat. Well, let's see. We've got these cram cannons here. Wow, it's causing some serious lag all of a sudden. So it's 2,000 millimeter, 51 firepower, 140,000 kinetic damage with 83,000 shell health. Aimpoint spoofing isn't banned, you're just not allowed to use, what you call it, partial blocks. You have to use full blocks. Yeah, this shell is going through. This might actually, like, this thing might actually be able to get shells past the Grzegorz, now that I think about it. It will get past everything, right? Then it's got these, I can't get it to actually look at the... Stop flickering it! Just let me see the stats. Oh, I'm on top of the cat. A single super firing cram, yeah. I don't know. That lag is concerning, though. It did not do that during the gatekeeper tests. But yeah, the cat's made out of full blocks, except, you know, like poles, but that's for shaping. That's an aesthetic choice, so I'll allow that. That lag is really annoying, though. Might be because I'm streaming, because it didn't do that during the gatekeeper tests. Anyway, it's got some distraction crams as well. Except these actually, these do have a little bit of punch to them. Yeah, it's doing 51 meters per second, and it's low profile, and it turns pretty decently. I love how the cat's tail swishes. Anyway, did we look at the V menu for this one already? I don't remember. 659 firepower, 31.5% armor cost. And that's the Destiny by Cornholio. Then we've got the Donati by Pyrotech. Which is a double hull ship. Painted in orange and black, which I always like. It's a good color combo. 92,000 kinetic damage, 18,000 explosive, 75,000 fragment damage with 44 fragments. Those fragments are going to make Swiss cheese out of things. Looking at all these ships, it seems I brought a sword to a gunfight. Four of those guns. Then it's got these smaller guns. 1600 millimeter Thump HE, which I believe are Seawiz, with 31,000 explosive damage each. I think this is one of the boats that switches between Seawiz and firing at the enemy based on whether or not they're firing shells. Now look underwater. Oh yeah! I forgot about these. Little 50 millimeter, 500 RPM chewing guns. So we'd be using the Super Cav. Not a whole lot of damage, but when you've got 2,000 RPM of it, all hitting in the same spot, it kind of drills in. Pally scratchers. Exactly 500,000 materials, 401 firepower, most of it in cram, 42.4% armor cost. Let's see how fast this baby goes. Oh, she's quick. Very responsive. Got up to 46 meters per second roll fast. Oh, now we're doing 50. 51, 52, 53, 54. Saw a flicker of 54 there. Not turning terribly well, but it'll probably be enough to keep it, you know, in the fight. Whoops, I accidentally clicked in it. Whatever. Yeah, I accidentally clicked and it destroyed a block. Because I was on this thing. You know? It happens. Anyway, yeah, that's the Donati by Pyrotech. Now the El Mosco by Herpeta. Just let that sink in for a second. Pyrotech. Somebody bring the bug spray, right? And it's armed with 71 millimeter, 286 RPM, Malario and Blackfly. We got a Sabo shell here. And the black Phi is also Sabo. I'm not sure what the difference is. And it also has the cow sounds. And then it's got 3 of them on top and 2 more on bottom. Oh, one has a tracer, Herpeta? Gotcha. It's a cattle fly. Yeah, it does 51 meters per second, and has a chair but no vehicle controller, so plop one of those down real quick so I can try and make it turn. I don't know if it'll let me. Oh, it's turning on its own. Oh, it turns pretty well for how fast it's going. But yeah, a small profile, fast, maneuverable thing with high rate of fire, dual purpose CWIS. Yeah, it's basically Herpeta in a bottle right here. Oh, I didn't notice this. We have a problem. It's over the budget. Oh yeah, I added the controller, that's right. How much is that? 40, right? Okay, never mind, not my that's why I didn't add a chair. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Never mind. 33.3, 333.3. 39.5% armor cost. Anybody brought a swatter of epic proportions? Well, I guess what you could call the alpha wave. No, because the vehicle controller I put down is 40 materials, and it's only 7 materials over, so it would be 33 under if I hadn't put that thing on. It's fine. No wonder I didn't notice, because before I was an idiot, it wasn't there. Anyway, that's the Moscow, El Moscow by Herpeta. Nah, I didn't delete it. We're about halfway done. And we got the Fight in the Shade by... Wait, who is this by? Greyfell? Yeah, by Greyfell. Wait, why... Does this have cow sounds too? Or was that like a leftover sound being played from Herpeta's thing? I think that was just like a leftover sound that hadn't finished playing. Anyway, 2,000mm cram, 2,600 packing, 19k kinetic, 36k explosive. The sound is simply bovine. Yeah, I think that's what it was, Herpeta. Anyway, so we got these barrels, then we've got these somewhat bigger ones. with 30k kinetic, 42k explosive, 11k fragment, 12k fragment on some of them. Uneven cram numbers, boo! Oh, you missed a block. Paint with paint. Belly guns? Ah, yes, it does have a belly gun. Why does it have a helmet? Anyway, it's got these belly guns, 32.5 RPM, 150 millimeter. Just heavy sabo. That super section looks like it came from a downloaded pack. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. That one block just kind of amuses me, though. It's also got some Sea Whiz here. At least I think they're Sea Whiz, if I remember right. Hollow point... Hollow point solid frag. That's a weird shell. Maybe it isn't Sea Whiz, I don't remember. Where's the meme room? Not sure if this one has one. There were a couple that were mentioned as having meme rooms, but I can't remember. Anyway. Whoops. 370 firepower, 52.9% armor cost. Sea Whiz are flak. Okay. So those are just secondary guns. Gotcha. That is the Fight in the Shade by Greyfell. We've got the Heat Wave by Equalizer. Which has this very, like, I thought, when you look at this, does this not look like it is this gun clipping into this gun? But no, it's actually, this barrel belongs to this gun, and this barrel belongs to this gun. Like, I thought this was excessive clipping when I first saw it, but no, it's just stacked barrels. Anyway, as for... I know, right? And it's got, oh, well, I have to reload the thing now because I just pushed the wrong fucking button. So it's got this HE head. Yeah, way to fail. Save it? That would be mean, Cornholio. HE head here, armor APHE frag here. It's firing 466 millimeters at 20 RPM. Under here, it's literally just truss with. This is where the ammo storage is. Now that's some old school stuff right there. That, remember when people used to do that all the time for aim point spoofing? Back when aim point selection actually targeted AI and ammo? Right. It's got some turning thrusters. And yeah, 489 firepower and APS. The super containing guys will make mincemeat of those, possibly, if they aim at it. 39.6% armor cost. That was the Heat Wave by Equalizer. Then we got the KRZQS Oversized by Quirk26. Year of the Barge. Interesting color choices, I'll give it that. But yeah, this one is very bargy. This one literally looks like a cargo ship sort of hull shape. The Kentucky Ark. Anyway, got 500mm 17 RPM cannons here. Firing... Oh yeah, this is one that's... fires a thump frag. Time constraints? Still had multiple months. I don't want to hear anything about time constraints. It's not my fault if you didn't start building until 2 weeks before the deadline. A smokestack here. See how fast she goes. Twenty 21 meters per second. Not the fastest or most maneuverable ship, but fires a unique shell. Got some turning thrusters here. Started one day before. That's funny, One Eye. .213 firepower with 56.7 armor cost. Speed run entry, yeah. All right, that's the Oversized by Quirk26. Gonna move on to the Longhorn by Cthulhu Wen. This one, I don't think they got the memo about... Or wait, did I... Hold on a second, let me check something. I seem to remember something about this ship. Oh no, it got through. Okay. Did I not update it though? I have to check something, guys, because it has a ton of these simple rudders, and that did not turn it enough. Oh no, but it's got the thrusters now, so this is the right one. Okay, I think we're fine. I'll double check whether I updated it or not later, but they're basically the same ship. It's just the original one didn't turn well enough, so it kept getting DQ'd. Because I think they were relying on the simple rudders. And those, you know, they don't do anything anymore beyond the first one. Anyway. So 2,000 millimeters, 7,600 packing, 78k kinetic with 27 explosive and 46,000 fragment damage. 52k shell health. Pretty decent shell right there. Yeah. It's hard to remember all this stuff, guys. Anyway. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those guns. And this is just a... Oh, no. It's just a shorter barreled version of the gun. Because it can't super fire. So there's actually 7 of them. Got a nice little superstructure here. .318 firepower, 58.7% armor cost. Let me slap down a vehicle controller. See how fast it goes. Not very fast. Yeah, it took a while to get going, too. Probably because it's using direct connected props. No, not direct connected, but they still have to spin up. So yeah, that's the Longhorn by Cthulhu Wen. Then we've got the D16 NeoLots by Mew 20... What is it? Mew 2014. Memes or molds. Which is a very cool looking ship. It's got sort of a trident guitar type thing going on with its hull shaping, which I like. Turret farm. It's got 2,000 millimeter, 7850 packing crams, 42k shell health, 63k kinetic, 66k explosive, 38k fragment. Begging to be broken in half. Yeah, if it gets hit in here, it's not going to have a good day. Anyway, let's crank up the engine, see how fast she goes. Not terribly good acceleration, 25 meters per second top speed I saw. And it turns okay, considering it's going rather slow. .429 firepower, 52.7% armor cost. Oh, it's got APS. We didn't look at those. Where are those at? Are they on the underside? No. Ah, right here. 860 RPM, 50 millimeter heavy solid Sabo Super Cav. Yes, Bert. Anyway, that's the NeoLots by Mew 2014. Then we've got the One Punch by Sean Reed.
Let's do this.
Listening.
And it has one single gun, just one gun, and it's, you know, positioned over one of Saitama's fists. I love it. And it has 96,000 packing. 544,000 kinetic damage. 659,000 explosive. 162,000 fragment. And only 24.5-second reload. It's a single gun with 828 firepower. When this shell hits, it hits. I understand now why it's called One Punch. You wanted to see it shoot the gatekeeper? All right, we can arrange that. We can arrange that. Ah. Oh, right, it does have more than one gun. Boom! That massive hole, all that damage from a single shot. The shell's labeled to anyone living in that zip code. The most turrets on the gatekeeper you've taken out at once is 5. What was that sound? Oh, the cat's having a hairball. Oh, we got another hit here. Or no, it was here. Yeah, this thing makes craters with every hit. Oh, well, but then when you miss, it's a bad time. Well, not all vehicles. Let's destroy enemy vehicles. Ah! Yeah, I forgot there are more little distraction crams on the top of the turret. I forgot about that. The show should be called Turret. Yeah, oh yeah, it's 162,000 fragment damage with 74 fragments at 19 degrees. I want to know what the fragment damage will be if we set it to 180. I just want to see. 392,000. Oh, man. That's just an insane show. Each shell can do over 1 million damage. Yeah, I believe it. But anyway, that's the one punch by Sean Reed. Not even mad at this one, it's just impressive, right? Oops. Next, we've got the Paper Tiger by the Shadow Kick. Now, another chap keeps talking about 2016 boats. Here you go. It was kind of funny how it has this, Oh, I spawned it in as Deepwater Guard. You're spending a lot of points on that way to fail today, Brisby. So, 3250 packing, 22k shell health, 33k kinetic, 33k explosive, and it's got 10 of those? So not particularly powerful shells, but it's got a good number of them. Going to the spicy redeem. Okay. And it's got these 16 RPM, 500 millimeter flak Sea Whiz shells. Do 8.5k flak damage. And she's going as fast as she goes, Captain. 14 meters per second. Okay, turn rate. It'll keep it from DQing. Let's see, 275.5 firepower, armor cost of 61.3%. This is a heavy boat. You're very slow, but lots of armor. Yes, indeed. I kind of want to see the one punch shoot it, but we'll have to save that for the tournament. Definitely the armored cruiser of the bunch, indeed. So yeah, that's the Paper Tiger by the Shadow Kick. Then we've got the Piece of Metal by Free Siberian. Which I know all of you are going to ask, what's that on the bottom? What is all that? It's ring shield. It is a massive set of ring shields. So it has plus 12 armor class on right left, plus 10.2 up down. That is a lot of extra armor class. But it's also only attached by ring shield. So if it gets shot here and then another one over there, the entire ring shield falls off. So we'll see how that goes. And then we've got base cannons. I didn't do that. It did that on its own. thing's a little laggy too. But yeah, this has a whole 250 packing. So this is probably Sea Whiz. It sends someone messing with the speakers, right? And then it's got these dual-barreled 500 millimeter, 3 RPM. I have letters I can't pronounce. AP. That's loud. Semi-AP frag. Yeah, it's got a tactical hat. We haven't seen one of those in a long time. Yeah, exactly, Nutter Chap. Very tactical hat. It keeps lagging, though, and it's annoying me. That might just be from the depths being open and having gone through a bunch of boats. 34 meters per second, maybe 35? Can we see 35? No. Oh, 35! Jesus, those things just firing at random. But yeah, so these blocks right here on the end have an AC of 27.3 and they're made out of stone. 51.3 on the metal slopes. 30.5 on these beam slopes down here. Auctioneer minty. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing when I said that. It's like I sound like an auctioneer. But anyway. I'm trying to talk you. 27.8 AC on stone. But yeah, that's the piece of metal. It's not even, it's mostly stone, but it's called piece of metal. Piece of metal by Free Siberian. I should probably, delete it. And we've got the Romani pattern battle cruiser. I think what they were going for was using the one of the blocks with the highest health per material. I mean, wood is technically better for that, I think, if I remember right. And then boosting its AC with ring shields. Yeah. Plant issue, the captain is forklift certified. There's no mimicked forklift on the back. And it's got these Bible quotes written on the front and side. These are just little decorative things. Now let's take a look at the guns. Got this 500 millimeter, 10.8 RPM, firing flak. So this is a Sea Whiz shell, Sea Whiz gun. And it's got these 2,000 millimeter, 10,750 packing cramshells, 78k kinetic, 95,000 explosive, 41,000 fragment, 25-second reload. It'll go all Old Testament on your ass. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think this is another one of the flak guns, right? Yeah. No, 530 firepower, 49.6% armor cost. Ah, Brisby. Okay. I wouldn't know if they were actual Bible verses or not, honestly. Not my field of expertise. Got some rudders, rudder back here. Yeah, so that's the Romani pattern battlecruiser. By the Mammoth US. I need to delete it. Right, Mitch? Just imagine what the One Punch is going to do to ships that use less armor than the Gatekeeper. Because the Gatekeeper's got fairly hefty armor. So, like, some of these wooden and stone ships are just going to get absolutely ripped apart. Anyway, we got the Slipstream by One Eye for our next boat. So that's a pretty cool looking boat. It started out, I think this was one that I had to return for aesthetics to start out with, but what it came back with was pretty nice. But I could be misremembering, I don't remember. It's using 50mm, 1500 RPM cannons. Firing Sabo solid shells. Yes, very much Burt. It's also got a heavy Sabo base bleeder shell. It has 4 guns. So, like 6,500 RPM. I don't think so. Because the shells don't stay in the air very long because they're pretty fast. 1,700 meters per second. I believe they are dual-purpose Seaways, yes. So it might be a problem against, you know, other vehicles that also have very Burt weapons. Yeah, well, I can always turn that limit up if need be. I believe that's possible to do now, isn't it? Anyway, we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. $420 firepower, 42.1% armor cost. I'm on the bottom. Let's teleport up to the boat. Whoops. Plop down a vehicle controller and see how fast she goes. Not very is the answer. Not very good acceleration anyway. Top speed is actually decent. .33 meters per second isn't bad. See how she turns. It's okay. Oh, it feels a little sluggish, but not too bad. It'll not DQ. That's the important thing. But it's not going to be dodging any cram shells, that's for sure. And yeah, so that's the slipstream by One Eye, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah. Then we've got the Naked Gun by Newman. Which is a very bargy boat.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
uh, is there a cycle of what type of tournaments I do? Not exactly. I tend to not do the same tournament twice in a row. I tend to do Battleship Brawl, and then I'll do 2 tournaments, and then I'll do another Battleship Brawl. What those 2 tournaments are, though, kind of just depends on where things are at the time. I do not hear the face palm. Yeah, so this thing has a bunch of guns. It has 6 dual-barreled turrets, so 12 guns. Each of them having a 2,000 millimeter, 12,900 packing gun. Are they identical? Not identical, but they're close. 50k shell health, 86k kinetic, 102,000 explosives, 65,000 frag. Have 12 of those coming at you. That'll hurt. Doing 18 meters per second with a decent turn rate. $810 cram firepower. 42.8% armor cost. A 1 runner back here, some propellers, and then underneath is just ammo storage. So yeah, that is the Naked Gun by Newman. Again with the 2106 vibe, huh? I know, right? Pyrotech, I completely misremembered. I thought that was a lot of firepower. And then we've got these things hitting 800s. And my throat's starting to get sore from all the talking. Already. That's how out of practice I am with the streaming, because it's been months. Then we've got the Totally Not a Hydrofoil Battleship by... Who was this by again? I forget. Doom Agent, right. Hydrate. Okay, fine. Zoom! Doing 58 meters per second while turning. 59. Can we see 60? Nope. This is one fast boat right here. Some of these propellers aren't even in the water. Oh, they kind of dip back in, I guess. Alright, so she's armed with... Somebody's actually using the 6-barrel. 835 RPM 50mm gun with some tracers, super cav, hybrid APHE shells, it looks like. It's heavy solids. This hybrid APHE is probably what it loads if it doesn't detect like enemy cram shells. I'm guessing. And it's got wow, it's got 4 of those guns. That's a lot of RPM. And it also fires these 380mm 7.8 RPM. Oh, this is what fires the APHE. Okay, never mind. It's not a shell swapping situation. So yeah, 380mm. Decent amount of kinetic and armor piercing. Well, 5,633 explosive damage. And it's got 4 of those as well. And then it also has 4 cram cannons at 1550mm here, which are frag crams. Why am I hitting? Like, you can see all the stats here. I don't need to go into the Q menu for cram cannons. Yeah, so total firepower of 287.6, 32.8% armor cost. So yeah, a lot of materials went into making this boat go fast. Because it doesn't have a huge amount of firepower, and it doesn't have a whole lot of armor. So, a lot of materials went into making it go fast. Oh geez, it was doing 67 there for a second. You guys see that? Jeez. That's a speedy boat. Next, we've got the Curse of Oyashiro-sama by the Brisby Mouse. And it is just covered in cram whiz. Yeah, so before people wonder, this is actually something that only plays when there's no enemy around. And I can turn it off here. I mean, so it's not, it doesn't violate the 10-second rule because it doesn't actually play it all the time. And yeah, of course there's, you know, meme rooms because it's Brisby. Here. So yeah, these cram whiz all have 17k explosive damage. There's a lot of them. It's gonna be a little difficult to get shells through there, but I bet the one punch will still get through. And then it's armed with these 2,000mm, 7,100 packing, 48k shell health, 73k kinetic, 50k explosive, 14.8k fragment. Why is it yellow? One punch. That one tickles me. And these things are connected to the rudder technically. Look at all these props. Prop farm. And then more rudders in the back for the 4 limit. Yeah, looks like they are. Looks like those are on spin blocks. These ones are not. Because that would be illegal. So yeah, 241 firepower, armor cost 52.6%. And that is the Curse of Oyashiro-sama by the Brisby Mouse. Well, there's probably a meme room I should look at, plus the bottom memes. Heaviest objects in the universe. I don't get this one. To be cringe is to be free. Yeah, I know it's not its full name. I'm not saying the full name. Yeah, the movie theater. And of course the McWalrus. Oh boy. It's just a circle of meme. I'm not getting any of these memes. Because I don't homestuck. Yeah, I forgot yours had a meme room for him. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's it's the circle of meme. That is the Curse of Oyashiro-sama by the Brisby Mouse. And then another one, Unbwegsummer Heliger Kronpruns by Smirnov. I know, I butchered that. I butchered that, and you're just going to have to live with it, because I can't pronounce it right. Well, we'll leave this on. Just call it Kronk. This is Smirnov. Yeah, this is very traditional. So it's got 13,850 2,000 millimeter cram shells, 111,000 kinetic, 69,000 explosive, 89,000 fragment damage. And it's got 5 of those. Not very many guns. They are fairly powerful, but small number of guns, which almost kind of bit it in the ass in the gatekeeper test because it kept running out of weapons. Looks like someone put the gun of the Furious on the Koenig. Yeah, okay. Has a little like blast shield thing, and it's a very detailed boat. It's a very good looking boat. Exactly 500,000 materials, 386 firepower, armor cost 61.7. The case makes work? I don't believe so. No, they're decorative. We're doing 16 meters per second. Pretty slow. Turning is not it's this boat's strong suit either. But it does have a lot of armor, yes. Thick belt. Anyway, So yeah, that's the Kronk, as I'm going to call it now, by Smirnov. Right harness, I hear ya. And then last but not least, the Steel Striders Regards by I Like Creativity and Names, which the ship is called the Mako Shark.
Battle stations. Fire when ready. Admiral on deck.
A pretty quick little boat. These cannons they don't actually work. They're mimicked on or decoed or whatever. But it has
I look good in dress whites.
That was loud. It has these two dual-barreled APS guns, 225 millimeter, 125.1 RPM. Firing heavy solid. And yes, these are dual-purpose CWES.
Increase power.
Pretty good rate of fire there. But that's not the most interesting thing about the ship. We're gonna load in the Gatekeeper again real quick, because I just want to show off this cool little feature. So it's plugging away, right? Pum, 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 pum.
Target sighted.
Are you gonna fire a cram sometime today? There we go. And then the fire rate increases when it detects a cram.
Target sighted.
That's a pretty neat little feature. But yeah, it does only have these two dual-barrel turrets, so if it does get hit in the gun, it loses a lot of firepower. I'm not entirely sure, Nutter Chap, to be perfectly honest. I assume it's with the new block setter stuff. Lower rate of fire on local weapon control than seasoned controller. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, they're pretty nasty CWIS cannons.
Increase power.
Does it also blink switch shells? I think it only has one type of shell. Yeah, it only has one type of shell. So yeah, this is the... Oh, we didn't look at the V menu. 294 firepower, 39.5 armor cost. Yeah, that's the Mako Shark. On teams the Steel Striders Regards by I Like Creativity and Names. And I believe that was our final ship. Whoops. Yep, we've gone through all 26 entries, so that is it. A nice, interesting lineup of boats this time. And it'll be cool to see. Yeah, nice variety. Any honorable mentions in the reject pile? Let me look. Not really. Well, there's Battleship Anchorage by Gaming, which is a cool looking ship. But it unfortunately did not beat the Gatekeeper. Yeah, it's fine. We're not really going to look deep into it. Can we see Faram's meme room? I suppose. It's only fair. And with the inspiration of those, I've ended up making a 70 meter per second crane battleship over the course of the stream. Where's the meme room at again for him? Small and in the stern. Okay. It'll be easier if I shrink down the blocks. Square Rings, thanks for the follow. Ah, here it is. I am once again asking for working torpedoes. Hey friend, listen, I know the world is scary right now, but it's gonna get way worse. Meme room or a newspaper front page preview. All right. So that's gonna be it for today, folks. It was almost a 2-hour stream going through all the boats. Oh, it's like the moves that make me crack up on first sight. But tomorrow, yes, tomorrow will be the first battle, which who was the first battle again? Let me go look at the bracket. That's not the right bracket, but that'll get me there anyway. Tournaments. Battleship Brawl Season 7. So, Episode 1 is Admiral Broadsides versus the Longhorn. Episode 2 is Destiny versus the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. So that'll be what we do tomorrow. Spoiler, I die. Anyway, yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.